Hello everyone, and welcome to my Y&R Homies channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Additions from The Young and the Restless Days of Our Lives' new character, Billy Flynn exits of stars the role of Chad Diamera. According to teasers for The Young and the Restless, the Days of Our Lives star is leaving the role of Chad Diamera behind as Y&R is introducing Billy Flynn as a brand new character. Flynn is moving from Salem to Genoa City because, as it turns out, he is soap hopping. Fans of Y&R should anticipate Flynn's first appearance on the CBS serial opera soon. According to TV Insider, Flynn will make his debut later this spring in a new role, even though the production is keeping the character-specific secret. Flynn is prepared to accept the shift of something new, even though he just celebrated 10 years at Days of Our Lives. In a statement, Flynn thanked DOL for his time there and said he was excited to push himself with this new chance. You still have time to appreciate Billy Flynn as Chad Diamera, even if many Days fans will miss him in that character. Flynn's role as Chad will continue to air through 2026 because DOL tapes around 9 months in advance. The Restless and the young Josh Griffith, an executive producer and head writer, wrote tales for Flynn on Days of Our Lives from 2015 to 2016. He now has the opportunity to write for Flynn as a new character on Y&R. Griffith is already speculating about the positive developments that Flynn will bring about in the future. Griffith told TV Insider, "We are excited to welcome Billy to the show on behalf of the entire company of The Young and the Restless. He will be a fantastic addition to the amazing cast of Y&R." What are your thoughts on Billy Flynn's departure from Days as Chad Diamera? Are you excited to watch Flynn make his Genoa City debut? When Flynn arrives, it will be intriguing to see what his function will be and who he will be matched with. We'll keep you informed when more information on Flynn's role becomes available because there's always space for newcomers in GC. According to teasers for The Young and the Restless, there will be a lot more drama on the CBS soap opera, so be sure to see what Flynn's character and many others have in store. If you're looking for Young and the Restless spoilers, news, and updates, CDL is the place to be. The worrying news of the summer, Phyllis and Sharon's mistake. According to Wednesday, March 12 spoilers for The Young and the Restless, Phyllis Summers and Sharon Newman make a mistake, and Summer Newman receives some worrisome news. First, it appears that Chance Chancellor will update Summer on the details he previously provided to Daniel Romalotti Jr. The white, windowless vehicle that was seen in the vicinity of Phyllis' last sighting and Sharon's last sighting should be reported to Summer. Summer will allow Chance to comfort her during Wednesday's Y&R episode as she will be certain that something is gravely wrong. Summer will take Chance's support for the time being, but she would prefer to have Kyle as a shoulder to weep on. Phyllis and Sharon will come to the realization that it's time to take control of their own lives at the shuttered mental hospital. Even if they pass all of his tests and demonstrate that his experiment is successful, Sharon and Phyllis will still be afraid that the kidnapper would kill them. The captor maintains that this isn't personal and that his only motivation is to feel good about winning his perverse game. There is definitely cause for concern as this individual doesn't appear to be very interested in returning Phyllis and Sharon to their loved ones. According to Y&R teasers, Sharon and Phyllis will attempt to manage the problem in some way on Wednesday's episode, but it will not work out. Before the week is up, Phyllis and Sharon will be in a panic because they are about to fall into a horrible trap. Jack Abbott will learn something unexpected from Tracy Abbott. This could be related to how deeply Tracy has fallen for Alan Lauron. Tracy may acknowledge that she sees herself living for the rest of her days with Alan. Alan may then make hints about a marriage proposal while they are dining with Jack and Diane Jenkins Abbott. Tracy could admit that she's ready when Alan implies that he would ask her to marry him if he thought she would accept. In any event, Tracy's romantic joy seems suspiciously timed, particularly now that Sharon and Phyllis' captor is discussing his experiment. There are indications that Alan could be his psychopathic twin, Martin Lauron, and that he might be pulling another prank on him. Is Martin the twin that made it through the fall from the balcony? Has Martin been operating this imprisonment game on the side while assuming the identity of Alan? Keep an eye out for all the drama that is about to intensify because our predictions suggest that Tracy might not have the happy ending she had hoped for. According to previews for The Young and the Restless, Sharon and Phyllis are in for a lot more kidnapping mayhem. Make CDL your go-to destination for exciting Young and the Restless spoilers, predictions, news, and updates. Horrible error. Someone plays dirty, raising red flags. According to the Young and the Restless spoilers for the week of March 10th to 14th, Summer Newman will act dirty while Phyllis Summers and Sharon Newman will make a mistake. Let's talk about everything that happened. Victor Newman will also have some Adam Newman concerns. Summer will ruin Kyle Abbott and Claire Newman's plans before they can begin their romantic evening. Claire will find it annoying and could start to fear that Kyle is giving his ex too much leeway. But, since Claire is going to meet a charming drinking companion, the evening won't be entirely awful. Holden Novak will start with Claire in the bar of the athletic club after deciding he has to meet more people in Genoa City. Summer will then receive some assistance from Chance Chancellor as her concerns regarding Phyllis intensify. Naturally, there's a hint that Summer would prefer to be comforted by Kyle. Chance would later provide Nick Newman and Billy Abbott with some fascinating updates. Billy and Nick might be able to carry out a double rescue mission if they find a fresh clue. Sharon will need to solve a problem to determine the whereabouts of the antidote after Phyllis accidentally consumes poison from one of the captive water bottles. After her opponent wins her over, Phyllis will owe Sharon a huge debt. Phyllis will work with Sharon to come up with a fresh strategy once she is well enough to defend herself against the kidnapper. When Sharon and Phyllis can no longer stand it, they will try to take control in some way. Things are going to take a scary turn, so crossing their captor could turn out to be a major mistake. The kidnapper will set up Phyllis and Sharon, which will put them in an even more precarious situation. Sharon and Phyllis will worry that time is running out after they fall into this trap. Could Chance's lead help Nick and Billy track down Phyllis and Sharon's location as they race somewhere in a car together? Alan Laurent will state unequivocally at the GCAC that if he believed Tracy Abbott would accept his proposal, he would marry her. Tracy will give it some thought, so she may soon announce her engagement to her loved ones. Sadly, Diane Jenkins Abbott will hear Jack Abbott's admission, which could not be good for Tracy's future. Will Jack feel uneasy about Tracy and Alan maybe getting married? If Y&R is preparing for another switch shocker, there is still a potential that Alan is truly Martin Laurent, his wicked twin brother. Things might get really messy if Martin survives in France rather than Alan, especially if he is responsible for Sharon and Phyllis' eerie mental hospital stay. Lastly, Adam will raise some red flags for Victor, who might not agree with his son's tactics against Billy. Maybe Victor won't believe Adam is doing enough to get ready for Abbott Communications' threat. In any event, spoilers for the Young and the Restless indicate that Victor will become suspicious of Adam's actions, so stay tuned for our predictions on how his father will respond. According to teasers for the Young and the Restless, the Days of Our Lives star is leaving the role of Chad Diamera behind as Y&R is introducing Billy Flynn as a brand new character. Flynn is moving from Salem to Genoa City because, as it turns out, he is soap hopping. Fans of Y&R should anticipate Flynn's first appearance on the CBS serial opera soon. According to TV Insider, Flynn will make his debut later this spring in a new role, even though the production is keeping the character-specific secret. Flynn is prepared to accept the shift of something new, even though he just celebrated 10 years at Days of Our Lives. In a statement, Flynn thanked DOL for his time there and said he was excited to push himself with this new chance. You still have time to appreciate Billy Flynn as Chad Diamera, even if many Days fans will miss him in that character. Flynn's role as Chad will continue to air through 2026 because DOL tapes around 9 months in advance.